And for those of you planning on setting off fireworks this weekend, it is important to follow some safety tips. KTVO's Brian Dukes is outside with some helpful tips to keep you safe this holiday weekend.
With the holiday weekend upon us, many of you are probably going to be doing some fireworks over the weekend. What you want to be aware of when you're doing your fireworks is what kind of firework do you have. Right here I have a fan, so you want to make sure that you aim this in the right direction. This one particularly shoots left to right, so you want to make sure you don't put it like this. Otherwise you'll have it shooting at your crowd. Very important tip there. Also a very cool tip, if you cut off the tops of your fireworks, not only can you see what's inside the firework, but you'll also have way less mess to clean up afterwards. This top paper is just leftover paper, not really important to the firework and not going to affect it. Also very important tip, and to help with the cleanup afterwards. When it comes to mortars, it is very important that not only you load it in the right direction, a lot of them have top labeled on one side and bottom labeled on the next, so make sure you put it in the right direction. Most injuries with these artillery shells come with loading it the wrong direction. Also, if you're using a cheaper brand, you'll have a paper tube. These tubes are only made to use what they come with, so you don't want to reuse them after you use your 6 to 12 shots. If you buy a nicer artillery shell, you'll get a PVC or plastic pipe. These can be used more than once, so these are the best way to go if possible. And on top of that, you definitely want to make sure you secure your firework or your artillery shell. The best way to do this, put some cinder blocks or some bricks on the right and left hand side. This will prevent it from falling over or tipping over when you do your firework. Also very important when you're doing your actual cake, it's also a good idea to support this on the left and right side with some bricks. That way you don't have to worry about it falling over when you're shooting. The worst thing that could happen would be for that to shoot into your crowd, so you want to stay away from that as you're doing it. And when it comes to Roman candles, as tempted as you will be to hold these while you're doing them, it's not a good idea. Best thing to do is to put them in the ground or some kind of holding device. Try to avoid holding these, as they can backfire occasionally out the back, or something else could go wrong. And if for whatever reason you have one that's broke, throw it away. It's not a good idea to try and duct tape this back together. Don't try and relight it. This goes with regular fireworks as well. If this is damaged, dented, wet, anything like that, you want to avoid relighting it. Just throw it away. It's not worth the risk. Same thing with bottle rockets or any kind of rocket. If your stick is broken, it's not going to go up in the sky properly, so you'll want to avoid lighting that. Again, just toss it. Try to be careful with your fireworks. They are fragile if you're planning on doing some this weekend. And most importantly, when it comes to sparklers, I like to avoid the metal sparklers. The safest and best sparklers are the wooden and bamboo ones, because not only do they burn up as they go, you are not left with the hot metal afterwards. And actually, most injuries occur with sparklers and young kids, so always watch your kids if you are using sparklers over this holiday weekend. And on top of that, I always find it best to use some larger lighting device for your fireworks. Try to stay away from matches or very small lighters that'll put your body more over the firework. Not only that, it will be harder to light, especially with matches. I find it best to use a propane torch or a nice grill lighter. The bigger the better, because you can get your face further away from the firework. I'll do a little demonstration here. You can see I can light this firework well away from where my body's at. And not only that, I never have to get my face in the way. And it's very important along the way that you also wear some safety glasses of some kind. And this could be as easy as wearing your sunglasses like I'm doing right now. And because it is so dry outside, you definitely want to be careful this holiday weekend. You can see we do have some dry grass on the ground, and that one spark from the firework just dropped into the grass, and look how quickly that went up in flames with the dry conditions around the Heartland this holiday weekend. Be aware of that, and definitely have some water on hand, because if this happens, you'll be able to put the fire out nice and easy, and you won't have to worry about anything. Reporting outside the studio, I'm Brian Dukes. We'll send it back inside.
Thanks, Brian. Well, it is important to point out that only certain novelty items and sparklers are permitted in Iowa. In Missouri, some cities allow fireworks during specified hours. And with the dry weather, your community could also be under a burn ban. You can check on that online by clicking on the cooling centers and burn ban areas under the weather tab on heartlandconnection.com. And speaking of dry, hot weather, here's